Hi, friends. Welcome to Enlightened World Network. Dr. Ruth Anderson here for a meditation a day. Today, we have a very special guest meditator, Holly Erin Copeland. She is coming to us with a beautiful meditation, and it's called Dancing with Uncertainty. And certainly, there's a lot of uncertainty right now in the world. So, Holly is here to help us embrace it and be comfortable with uncertainty. So, Holly, thank you for being here.
Thank you, Ruth. I always appreciate being in this community and the opportunity to connect with all of your audience. So thank you for the invitation.
Absolutely. Okay. I'll get out of your way.
Hi, everybody. I am really feeling in my own life personally and in basically almost everyone I know how much change and transition is happening right now. And so I felt really called to guide for the theme for today's meditation to be working with uncertainty and specifically transition. So if that is you, if you are in a transition in your life, if you've lost somebody, if you're shifting jobs or relationships, and that's really present for you, then this meditation today is really for you. And I guess I just want to speak a little bit about the theme of this and how, we'll certainly touch on this in the guidance, in the meditation we'll do, but I also want to just speak about it from my perspective a little bit, and that I come from a Dzogchen Mahamudra tradition. It's where that tradition and that work is what's been most helpful on my own path. And what that tradition really emphasizes is this ground of being that we are. That we are, of course, not the body, we are not our thoughts, but we're actually consciousness itself. And that awareness or consciousness, I use those words synonymously, awareness or consciousness that you are, is inherently at peace and inherently well, and doesn't need to fix whatever's happening. So, awareness has the capacity to weather all the storms in our lives. And for me, this was the great realization and the gift of this teaching, which it's certainly spoken about in all the spiritual traditions ultimately come to the same place. But I will just say that the approach from this tradition in particular, in a life where I'd been on the spiritual path my whole life, was the one that really made the shift for me. So that's where this guidance and the lineage from this guidance is coming from. So that's the invitation, is to join me in really leaving beside the small self that we are to come into the broader space of consciousness and awareness, and to view and allow life to flow from there. So, okay. So with that, I will invite you all to, just let's come into a meditation posture together. Just gently closing your eyes. And begin by just taking a few long, slow breaths to anchor yourself into the body and into just the space here together. And I invite you to actually place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly to center and ground yourself into the space of the body to begin. Just feeling the preciousness of this human body underneath your hands. Feel all the work that this body has been doing to keep you alive. the digestion, the pumping of blood, the breathing. Just feel all the processes that are actually happening without your help. Just giving a little note of gratitude to this beautiful body underneath your hands for supporting you. Feel into the preciousness of this human heart. Its desire for love, for a feeling of connection and well-being. Just say a little note of gratitude. Thanking yourself for caring so much about yourself to be here in this practice together. It's no small thing to take this time out of our busy lives. So honoring yourself for creating this space and doing this practice together. And then feel who you'd like to dedicate this practice to. Maybe to yourself, to your family, to your friends, to the planet. Knowing that we're not doing this practice alone, we're doing this practice for truly all beings because we're all connected. And then you can rest your hands gently in your lap. And I like to place one hand cupped in the other with the tips of the thumbs touching like a zazen posture. And then just feel yourself gently upright. Might feel like a string is pulling upright at the top of your head. Just to allow yourself to be awake and alert as we do the practice. But if this isn't comfortable for you, then choose for yourself. You choose what feels right for you in this moment. Everything is welcome. Place your awareness gently on your breath. Either through where the breath comes out at the tip of the nose or in the belly. And let's just follow the breath for a few moments together. And the orientation that we're going to take today is to give up the need to know where this life is taking us, to give up the need to know what's going to happen next. Just noticing how we create a raft of certainty through our relationships, and through the places we live, through our loved ones, through our jobs. And while these people and jobs, homes create beautiful stability, they can also become like prisons, clouding our ability to live fully with what's here. Choking off the natural flow of life, which is in a constant rhythm. And while these relationships and places create a false sense of continuity and safety, what they obscure is the true ground of our being, the true location of safety, which is within us and is not external to us. So let's go there now. Let's go find the true root of stability within you. So feeling that breath again, moving, and then turn your attention to the awareness of breathing. Just gently knowing that something is aware. It's not a thing, really. Just very simply, if I ask, are you aware? And in that pause to check, notice the very ordinary and simple space of being aware. Notice how sensations, thoughts, feelings are moving, appearances in this open space of awareness that is you. That no thought you've ever had has ever stayed. No feeling, no sensation. In this way, we could view it all as uncertain. We don't actually know what's going to happen next. So, for this meditation, I really invite you to play with the feeling of not needing to know what's next. And instead, just cultivate a deeper sense of being with what is. If there's sadness here, that's what's here. If there's a feeling of fear of what might happen next, be with the fear. If there's some part of your body that feels uncomfortable, be with the discomfort. Don't try to make anything in particular happen. You can't do this wrong. Maybe even just give up what a good meditation looks like. All the while staying present to the one aspect of reality that has not changed since we began and will not change after we leave. That you, awareness, are the unchanging element in all experience. And nothing can happen to change that. Let that be your anchor. Let that be the floor that you're dancing on. Bit by bit, it starts to feel like the space you can trust. Bit by bit, you gain capacity to hold whatever is happening in your life. That this life knows where it's taking you. And you know that no matter what life throws at you, no matter what circumstances change and shift and move, people come and people go. As you can't be harmed, you can't be diminished. Your light cannot be extinguished in any way. And when that happens, you move from being the feeling of being at mercy to life, to dancing with life. You can trust that this life has your back, that you will not be abandoned or forgotten. Just check again. The same divine, infinite presence that was here at the beginning is still here now. No matter what words are spoken or feelings are felt, remains this pristine awareness of your being. Feeling this pristine awareness in the inside of your heart space now, the location of heart mind. Feel the qualities of knowing your heart from within. Directly knowing your heart, the sacred cave of the heart, as it's called, Buddhism. Notice how it feels to be in your heart. Might feel warm, might feel painful. However it is, trust that it's just exactly what it needs to be. Feel if your heart has a message for you, a message you need to hear today, a message that would support you. Gently coming back now into the space of the body as we close this meditation. Maybe wiggling your fingers and toes and just bringing a little more intentional movement and aliveness into the body, anchoring into what wisdom or what new knowing do you have that you want to carry forward into your day? If you were to give this as a gift to others, what would that look like or feel like? This could be in the physical, could also be in the emotional or mental or astral. It could be simply a prayer directed towards someone you love. Or the planet. Feel how this space of being allows for life to do more of what it's already doing. And what if that was all we really needed to do to get out of our own way, to live with greater joy and ease, to simply just allow life, the space and the room to dance within us, to show us how to dance with it. Namaste. I thank you all so much for joining today. Thank you, Ruth, for having me here.
Holly, it is always such a pleasure to have you here. A couple thoughts that came to me was so often I hear people say, I just need to know what my next steps are. And they're thinking very deliberately in the 3D, what are my next steps? What can I manipulate? And I don't mean manipulate in a bad way or a judgmental way. What can I tweak? What can I play with? What so I know what I'm supposed to do next? And what came to me with this is sitting in that nothingness is actually where everything exists. It's a funny play on words there. And then when you asked if there was a message, the message that came through for me was that knowingness comes not from manipulating the 3D realm, but by experiencing it as spirit.
Mm.
So really just that openness and no expectations and no thought of what message I might be hearing or what I should be hearing or whatever. It was absolutely beautiful. Thank
Mm.
you so much.
Mm. That's super juicy. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, I hear that a lot too, of that, yeah, that the very human wanting to like, I need to know what to do. It's so human. And um and I think you're so right. That is very much in my own path. What I've discovered as well is that the more I can sit in the space of not needing to know and listening, then spirit comes through and provides the clarity and the knowing in the form of a heart knowing, comes to us differently, I think, based on our intuitive gifts. For some people, they might see a vision. For some people, they might hear. For some people, I feel. Um, But we, like all the deep answers that we wish for are right here, actually. It's in, spirit has them um, for us. But it's not what we think it is. It's not something we need to think our way through at all. It's a space to deeply drop in and listen. And sometimes like then we get very human and we're like, well, I did that. I meditated and nothing came. Like, okay, well, I held a prayer for 6, 8 months before I got the message, you know, when I was trying to decide where to move 2 years ago. And I finally gave up, like knowing. And but I held that prayer and I had to listen for 8 months.
Mhm.
So, we also, I think, have to trust the timing. But, if we don't know right now, then it's not our time to know. Like, what if that's just the answer? Yeah.
Right. Right. I call that the pregnant pause.
Right.
Like
Right.
I can feel something is lining up out there. I don't know what it is,
Yeah.
but I'm good with it.
I'm good with it. And I think we get very trapped too. This is where the reality of our 3D can feel really anxious. It's like, oh, well, I need to know what I'm going to do because I need to have a job so I can earn money, so I can pay my rent. So we run up against some very human, like very Western 3D world problems that create an anxiety of needing to know. And then I think that creates a space too of like, okay, can you even just be with that right now and just get deeper into feeling, oh, that actually fear is a fear of scarcity, is really what's behind that. So, just an encouragement to um, keep listening and feeling and going deeper with what's behind it. Because even that, is going to then lead you into, you know, lessons about abundance and how to tap into a deeper level of trust and abundance.
Well, and I find that spirit is so much more broad
Mm,
and expansive than the small ideas I come up with on my own. So I've learned to just kind of shelve my ideas and just see what comes in. It's always so much more interesting what spirit has in mind than what I have in mind.
right. Yeah, yeah. I have found that as well. Like the limited human mind may have like three solutions to, how you're going to earn some money to pay your rent, but spirit actually has a totally different, thing. And you didn't realize that it was going to be about this person you were going to have coffee with next week who was going to invite you to a thing you didn't even know existed, so it unfolds like that, right? Like these very unexpected synchronous ways that things happen. And what I find in my own life, I don't know about you, but is the more that I trust that that's at work and at play and something will unfold, even if I can't see it yet, then it always does. I mean, I can't name a single time when it just hasn't worked itself out in one way or another. For you too, yeah?
Yep, yep. As a matter of fact, 2025, I have heard it in my own spirit guides as the year of awe and wonder,
Mhm.
meaning just kind of get out of the way and let it come in and expect to be awed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's beautiful. Yeah, I love that.
yeah,
Yeah, expect to be odd. Yeah.
yeah.
Mm, yeah. Good, good.
Yeah. Holly, what would you like folks to know about you?
Well, let's see. I'd love them to know that they can always go to my website, heartmindalchemy.com or hollycopeland.co. They go to the same place. hollycopeland.co, heartmindalchemy.com. And you can find all my offerings there. I have some retreats coming up. I have one in October, and I have one, see it on my website yet, but I'll be taking a group to Costa Rica. So I'm really excited about that. And if you want to find me every week, I'm on Insight Timer. I do a live series. I'm just starting actually this Friday called Awake and Free. And I'm going to do a 10 or 12, 10-week series there on Fridays at noon Pacific. So you can come join me there and yeah, and join my world and get support at whatever level, from one-on-one to free meditations. I have all of the above.
Perfect. Holly, thank you so much for this time today. And friends, thank you for being here at Enlightened World Network. We're always learning something new, and I'm so pleased to have you along for the ride. So take good care. God bless. And we'll see you all soon. Thank you, Holly.
Thank you.